New York City is the greatest city in the world. While today it's known for being the financial capital of the world, the city that never sleeps, and the concrete jungle, New York's character truly started to develop during the early 20th century when immigrants from all over the world were fighting for their shot to be on a boat that brought them here to start their new life. Not only bringing their families and everything they could fit into one suitcase, but also their cultures, including my great-grandfather Gennaro Conti, who came here from Italy in 1924 to start a better life for the Contis. Since this is where the dream for a lot of people began and what created one of the most greatest and most diverse cities in the world. And this place also so happens to be my home. Past 5 years, I have been fortunate enough to travel around the world to super unique places like Switzerland, Dubai, the Philippines. But in today's video, I am even more excited to share stories about the city I live in, New York City. New York has changed my life in so many ways that I'm in forever debt to it. And in this video, I'm so excited to share why this is the greatest city in the world. Like right now, it is currently 6 in the morning. We are here in the middle of the Brooklyn Bridge, watching the sunrise over the Manhattan skyline. This is probably the only time and only place in all the city where the place actually feels the slightest bit quiet. This is the best way to start your day that no cup of coffee could do. I mean, let's be real though. Definitely gonna be getting a coffee right after this. Speaking of coffee, NYC is the most caffeinated city in the world, and not just by a little. The average New Yorker drinks on average 7 times more coffee than anyone else on the planet. Which now I guess answers the question on why they do call it the city that never sleeps. But the reason I bring this up is because it provides evidence to why NYC is so fast-paced and everyone has their own hustle. Sometimes even a second or sixth hustle. So we have a very special guest here, guys. So this is Brandon. Brandon is the owner of 787. And what I love about New York, the coffee culture, is even for myself, I was a burger delivery boy, and during my time off, I would be at coffee shops to work.
I think coffee's an excuse. People come here because they want to connect. They can make coffee at home, but they don't make it at home. They come here because they want to see people, especially cool people. We attract a lot of entrepreneurs, creatives, people that are reading a really good book. So then you start a conversation. We see people meeting through apps and then they come over and have their first date here. We've seen people get married. We had our first baby, 787 baby. It's fun. And then people like you, exactly. You're the perfect example. I mean, when I saw that first video of you, you're a reflection of New York. Hardworking, creative, fun, always making shit happen. And then you come to 787, and when I realized you were a fan, I'm like, hold on, I need to get a hold of him. And that's magic. That's New York City. Some of the coolest humans in the world live here.
So if you are in New York City, definitely recommend coming to 787. Say what's up to the baristas, anyone else here. Sure, you'll meet some cool people. Now, a lot of you watching may have visited New York before, but living here is a totally different experience. Since this is the city where your wildest dreams become a reality and there is so much opportunity on every block. Whether you want to be an actress, a chef, an author, a street photographer, entrepreneur, this city allows you to make that happen unlike any other. Now, another reason why so many people move here to New York City is because it's the financial capital of the world. And right now, we are about to head down to Wall Street to meet up with my financial advisor, who is the best in the city.
Hey Brad, how are you?
I swear, if Elon takes any more of my money, I am gonna get on the next flight out to SpaceX and do to him like what I did to Bezos. Wolfie, out.
Hey Brad, sorry, is this a bad time?
I got 200 seconds.
Why don't you just start from the beginning?
I remember my first year on the job, working 80 hours, and I was drinking more sweat than my own water. My fingers would start cramping up from dialing so much.
I meant the real beginning. Was Wall Street always like this? And how did New York become this financial capital?
I thought you'd never ask. Let me give you a little history lesson, rookie. It all dates back hundreds of years ago when the Dutch colonized New York.
and set it up as a hub for international trade. With all this business going on, banks saw this as the perfect place to put down their roots. And that's when the New York Stock Exchange and the Bank of New York were formed. Because they were some of the first of their kind, they've been able to grow bigger and bigger with no one being able to catch up. And it's even bred some great competition within the city. Did you catch all that? Also, right over here, this right here is the Federal Reserve. They're the reason why inflation's so damn high. They also have the most amount of gold out of anywhere else in the world that's kept 10 stories down on rock bottom because it's so damn heavy.
Okay, that all makes sense, but what about this bull?
Holy smokes, you really are a rookie. The bull is here for one reason and one reason only. It's our good luck chunk, our mojo. When the stock market is up, we call that a bull market. We love the bull. The bull provides. So every morning, before I go into work, I come out here to the bull and pray for earnings that allow me to afford summers in the Hamptons and winters in Cabo. So now, if you'll excuse me. The New York Stock Exchange has $5 trillion traded daily, making New York the financial capital of the world. But being the finance capital is just one small piece to what makes New York, New York. Since another thing that does make NYC the greatest city in the world is the people, with New York being the most diverse place on the planet. Now, it would not be a video about New York City without showcasing the borough of Queens. Queens is the most culturally diverse community in the entire world, where there are hundreds of languages spoken, and every couple blocks feels like you're in a different country. And even right now, we are here at Grand Central, about to hop on the 7 train, which is also known as International Express. All aboard, International Express. Welcome to Queens. Now, to show us around Queens, we are here with a local. This right here is Mikey.
What's up?
Mikey, how long have you lived in Queens?
I've lived in Queens my whole life.
And why have you never left?
Because Queens is one of the most unique places on the planet Earth, and just the fact of how diverse it is. There's more diversity here than you can find anywhere. And you don't realize it until you leave Queens. So it's just something magnetic about the area that brings you back, because culture is what Queens is.
Yeah, even this first spot where we're meeting Mikey, this is Diversity Plaza. That's what's so cool about Queens, is when you come out here, it just feels like you teleported to a different country. This area is known for being heavily populated with Bengali, Indians, and even Pakistanis. And that's what I love about Queens. It just feels like you're traveling all in one borough.
Bro, I don't know about you, but I'm hearing like so many different languages already.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't even heard English once. We're like the only ones speak English here. It's so cool. All right, Mikey, so what is this spot that we're going to now for lunch?
So right now we're at Chuzos y Algo Mas, which is a Colombian shish kebabs place essentially. And along with it, we're gonna get what's called arepa, which is like a flatbread. Let's check it out.
Sounds delicious, and I'm starving.
Shooting a video.
J Balvin came here?
Yeah, he took a picture right here and he shot a video right there in Cosita Rica.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. J Balvin knows all the good spots too. All right, so Mikey, this is the pork.
Yeah,
Look at how beautiful this thing is, guys.
I couldn't wait.
Mikey's already halfway done. Also, the thing about filming in Queens is that there's always a train coming by. Mikey, is that just like
Normal.
a lullaby to you?
Every day.
That's how he falls asleep.
If I don't hear it, I can't stand it.
What do you think, BC?
So good. Honestly, that's incredible. You gotta get the hot sauce on there, the spicy mayo. They even had a barbecue.
We gotta take a bite of the arepa.
Yeah.
The arepa. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
This is the way you gotta do it. Says Mikey. Take a bite of the meat, then the arepa. Mmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. That was a certified flavor bomb. What's so cool about walking through here is that it just legit smells the same as in South America. I just wish you guys could smell that through the camera. Mmm. It smells so good.
I'd have been like, no, this never came. What are you talking about? Yeah. There you go.
So refreshing.
Tastes different in the Biggie cup.
So the next spot Mikey took us to is called Rincon Criollo. And what's the deal with this spot? Is it Cuban food, Mikey?
Cuban spot's been in the neighborhood forever, as far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah, delicious, delicious food. So we got some ropa vieja and a Cuban sandwich.
And of course got some plantanos. All right. Bon appetit.
Yeah?
That's good.
Practically in Cuba.
Mikey, another
No.
great job
Thank you,
with Rincon Criollo. That spot is owned by a woman named Esther, and her grandfather had opened it in Cuba, and then her great uncle brought it here to Queens. Delicious Cuban food though. Mikey doesn't miss.
Yum.
We just made it here to Brighton Beach. It feels like you just teleport into Eastern Europe, and we are with the queen of Eastern Europe herself, Seta.
Yay! I am so excited. This whole week I have been waiting for this. It literally feels like I'm like going back home a little.
It is kind of far out. It took us almost an hour to get out here by subway, and it does not feel like Manhattan or even New York City in general. So cool that with New York you can feel like you're traveling to different countries all within one city. And the first stop I am so excited about because it is Turkish. I've actually been to the location in Istanbul, and they have a location right here in Brighton Beach.
And they import everything from Istanbul. So I am over the moon that we're going there. Can you say the name of the place?
Gulli Glassen? How do you say it?
Gulolu.
Gulli. Please don't rip me apart in the comments. We'll get better at it.
But we're not actually.
We're at Galata Towers.
Okay. Yeah, we're there.
Let me have it.
Home. Afiyet olsun. That's what you say before you eat.
How do you say it?
Afiyet olsun.
Afiyet awesome. This is seriously the reason why we came out here today on that hour trek, just to get some baklava. This is one of God's greatest gifts to earth, and I'm so glad that we have this here. The definition of a flavor bomb. We're gonna have to get some of these to go. Got bought some Turkish delight.
2 boxes. All for you?
All for me. So we just made it here to Little Italy here in Lower Manhattan on Mulberry Street. And now I am an Italian New Yorker. My family migrated from Italy to here to Manhattan. But the guy that we're about to meet up right now, he's pretty much the mayor of Little Italy. Lil Mo Mozzarella.
You're gonna get a chocolate cannoli, a pistachio cannoli, and a plain cannoli, and an Oreo cannoli.
Sounds good to me.
4 large cannoli.
Oreo cannoli.
No, I want to try something different. I want tiramisu. What do you want to do?
This is family right here. This is incredible. I love that this is the first time we met, and I feel like we're already family. I feel like I need to do a proper introduction. We are here with Baby John, who is the founder of Cannoli King and Cafe Palermo. John, how long have you been doing this restaurant?
49 years.
49 years. And
Make the best cannolis on planet Earth.
where is the formula from? Your family back in Italy?
Well,
or?
my grandmother had a formula. She gave me a recipe, and I just said a little secret to it.
If I have this correct, you guys are from the same part of Italy. You guys
His
are
grandfather
related.
and my grandfather were born in a small town which was the province of Palermo, called Pollice Generosa. It's one way up, one way down.
Go all the way up in the mountains.
One butcher, one church, and one hardware store. Everybody knows each other. When they came into America in the 1800s, early 1900s, his father grew up, I grew up as far as my age, and here comes Lil Mo Mozzarella with his fucking dirty diapers on.
Hey, and he did pretty good on his own before I came around. His business doubled now since I'm in the picture. You know? And I'm opening
Well,
it.
now it's gonna triple now that it's on my YouTube channel.
YouTube, what do you want to do? We're over here, Cafe Palermo. If you come down here to Little Italy and you don't come here, you just don't know nothing about nothing.
Lil Mo's yelling at me to film him.
Yeah, keep the cameras rolling. We're over here in Little Italy. I gotta take this guy to all the spots, the real spots, you know, not just the tourist traps, because everybody got Little Italy confused. They think that everything here is a tourist trap, but it's not true. So now you got the right guy to take you around. If it wasn't for me, you'd forget it. You'd be walking like you didn't drink your V8. You didn't want to know where to go.
Baby John wasn't kidding when he said he makes the best cannolis on the planet. All were certified flavor bombs.
Holy moly, that's a good cannoli.
And his nephew Lil Mo, on the other hand, well, let's just say he's an absolute character that has a personality just as loud as his voice.
Bada bang! What do you want to do? How much? 22. What do you think, I broke a fucking chandelier? How you doing? Let's go. Bada bing, bada boom. 2 in the back of the head. Hey, what do you want to do? How you doing? Nobody move? Nobody gets hurt. Lobster and shrimp. Wow. Lobster and shrimp both in there together?
Lobster and shrimp together.
Man.
Good with each other.
So
That's like Gucci and Louis at the same damn time. How you doing? What do you want to do? We're over here at the Fiat Cafe. Little Italy, New York City. We ain't playing around. How you doing? That's the intro. Delicious. Bada banging.
Now last up on this Little Italy and Lil Mo tour, we are here at Lombardi's Pizza.
Mo, this place is legendary. This is where it all started, Mo. I don't care what you heard, because whatever you heard is fugazi. This is where they first started serving Neapolitan-style pizza in Little Italy. How you doing?
Like Lil Mo said, this is the first ever pizzeria in America. Came over from Italy, set up shop right here, and we're about to try it out. I feel like I've eaten at just about every single pizza place in New York City, but haven't necessarily seen one where the cheese and the sauce just look like that. There we go, first bite. Typically here in New York, I usually just go to pizza places where I can grab a slice to go, but to come here where it is the full-on traditional Napolese pizza, this spot is a must-try. So glad that Lil Mo took us here and we got to try out America's first pizza. The sauce, the cheese, the bread, how it's cooked, how it looks, everything about this place. Definitely worth trying. I love New York like it's a person, like it's family. I credit a majority of my successes, my life lessons, my best friends, thanks to this city. It's like NYC is a magnet to the most ambitious, creative, and real people. People who will always have your back no matter what. It's the city of dreams. The city's so nice, they named it twice. The only city in the world that's population is 100% comprised with main characters. What to you makes New York City the greatest city in the world?
The diversity.
The diversity, the culture, the hustle.
I have the entire world in one city, and that's all I need.
This is a city where you can come out your front door and just walk around without a dime in your pocket and be completely entertained.
We're tough, we're gritty, you can't hold us down, you know what I'm saying?
You make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And you have a global impact just by being in New York in itself.
Just a lot of people here are just serious go-getters.
Life keeps moving forward, and so does this city. Like, can't go backwards, and this place only moves forward, so gonna get left in the dust.
The best part about New York City is when you leave and you come back and you finally feel home again.
I was born here in 1962 and I will never ever leave New York.
If you have a dream, you should go get it and come to New York and see what happens, because I can make it happen, you can too.
You know how it goes, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. New York, New York.
If you're watching this and you've never been to New York, you're cheating yourself out of something really amazing.
And that's exactly why New York City is the greatest city in the world.